Episode 21, Drinking Age.
He's not a man. There's nothing more to say.
Diving in glory.
Yo, welcome back. Diving for Glory. Man, your host, Pep Corsiola, Sir Solomon. What up?
What's up?
Keeping it simple, man. This is the holidays, fixtures, they're all over. Man, this week, Coutinho seals his dream move. We're going to cover the FA Cup. We're going to look at La Liga, which is back in action. Serie A, turning into a two-horse race. Don't forget, man, Diving for Glory every Tuesday. We will be back on our normal 4-3-3 next week. But this week, we're going to keep it simple. Let's go. DivingForGlory.com. Check us out. iTunes, Boots Lace, Jersey Tuck. Yeah.
Let's go.
So let's start, man. Biggest news around the world. Maybe. Depends who you are. Coutinho to Barcelona. Major move. Major January move. 142 million euros, pound. I don't know what the fuck. I can never keep this straight. But he went. They paid a lot of money. Tell us about it.
Yeah, man. They have been looking kind of boring in the midfield. Iniesta is nice, but he's 33 years old, and they need a solution. They had already been, as everybody knows, made a bunch of attempts in summer to get him, but the story is that Fenway Sports Group had already said he's not going to be sold, so they didn't want to lose face, even though Jurgen Klopp, who's not attached to players and has sold Nuri Sahin and Götze and Lewandowski and stuff, and he doesn't care about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He always feels he can replace players, and he was fine with him going, but they held on to him to save face. But at the end of summer, him coming into the locker room, they're already looking unhappy and made it clear that he didn't want to be there, so he stayed professional until January and really played, but in August he claimed a phantom back issue, and the team just decided to play along with it just so that everything looked on the up and up, but they've kind of been negotiating this transfer for about 7 months. And in the meantime, the Mbappe and Neymar and Dembele and everybody being sold has really shifted this market with the TV money that's coming in and everything. So, like, although it looks like a huge amount, which it is, like, get used to seeing these kind of numbers being tossed around a little bit too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Remind me, does this actually end up being more money than what they offered in the summer? I thought
Yes.
It does. Okay. They only offered like 120 or something in the summer, right?
130 euros, I think, total.
Okay.
But this one is going to come with add-ons and everything. It's going to be 142 million euros. With, I think the 110 is regular payment, and then the other 32 mil is coming in as bonuses and whatever, like easy to achieve marks. So
you mentioned on this podcast before that normally, you know, the player gets a bonus for commanding a fee like this, but in this instance, this is not the case. He actually came out of his pocket, right?
Yes. He either came directly out of his pocket, or it also cost you money if you officially request a transfer. And if he did that, then the money that came out of his pocket is basically the Liverpool bonus part of what you'd get, because the team that sells would be giving you usually between 5 and 10% of the transfers. So if he insisted on going and handed in an official transfer, then you don't get your transfer bonus. So we don't know how exactly he came out of pocket, but supposedly to the tune of 11 million pounds.
Damn. He wanted to go, man. Fuck Liverpool, man.
Dude, they bought him for 8.5 mil from Inter.
Hey, that's good business.
And like, he gave up more than they bought him for, you know?
So, yeah.
He gets basically a 5.5-year deal at 240,000 pounds a week, which is a 40 grand a week raise on what he was earning in Liverpool, plus also slightly less on the taxes in Spain, so he'll make a little more money. But
okay. So, in your opinion, good business for Barcelona?
Yes. I think it's good business for Barcelona. Barcelona's debts are high, but they did have still about half the Neymar money burning a hole in their pocket. Philippe Coutinho, in a recent ranking of players' worths, was rated actually as 123 million pounds. So basically, they overpaid by 19 million for him, but
when you're a big team, you overpay.
It's
you have
a
no
glaring,
choice.
and like supposedly Real Madrid came in with a last day offer that was rejected, and like you have to overpay in January to begin with, and then you have to overpay if you're Barca. But that was a glaring need, and there were guys that felt like they fit better, but like nowadays it's always like, is he the best or is he useless? Like I think that he can definitely improve the team, and his versatility is awesome because he can play up front or in the midfield.
Do you think he'll affect their shape at all? Like they've been running that 4-4-2 with Valverde. Do you think they'll?
I don't think that 4-4-2 is. To begin with, Valverde is regularly a 4-2-3-1 kind of coach, but I think it was due to Dembele's injury and then lack of creativity in midfield that they made the focus of this season to be about defense, and like Barca is looking like a very dominant defensive team. But now that more creative players are coming, I think that we're going to see Barca open up a little bit more too.
Okay. Yeah. He cannot play Champions League. That's very. That's okay, but you know you can play him in La Liga and damn near rest Iniesta for Champions League if you wanted to. Good business for Liverpool.
Excellent business for Liverpool. Player didn't want to be there, and they still got 140 million pounds for it. And they just last week had to pay 75 for Virgil van Dijk. And their spending has not been a little, like over the last couple of transfers and stuff. So recouping some money and giving themselves wiggle room to actually buy world-class players, because they still have about 70 million of their money, you know.
Oh well, that was gonna be the thing. What I have in my notes is, man, don't pull a Suarez Bale. Like, don't go out and buy a bunch of players that are Like, go get yourself a star, man. You got the money. You just got go get something comparable, man. Because I just don't think the quantity over quality thing is the way to go here. Especially for a team that's on the verge like Liverpool.
I agree with you, but securing the superstar, if you know anything about it, is just very hard. So a lot of teams want to make that showy signings, so they'll just do something. But to me, the best thing Liverpool should do is just sit on it for right now, and then go do your recruiting, not thinking I got a big hole in my pocket that I need to, I got to burn a hole in my pocket or something.
Yeah.
Like, just they're not gonna find a Coutinho level player for, like, what are they gonna do? Just shake the transfer money and just dump it back and just get somebody? I think you should just hang back and see what's coming up in the summer and just stick to whatever you're doing. Like, don't change anything.
I totally agree that you don't do anything now. But in the summer, I just don't think you go the route of, let me buy 5 players to fill all these different positions, man. Get yourself a goalie. Get yourself a world-class goalie.
Understood, and I agree, but like the way they've been buying since Klopp has come has been very disciplined. And then the Virgil van Dijk one, they just needed to make a signing. So yeah. I think they're in the good path. Like they got Salah over the summer. Like, I think they can make good purchases. They need, like you said, more defenders still, and a world-class goalkeeper, and, in my opinion, a holding midfielder that is actually worth something. Not just some guy.
Isn't that Keita? Well, won't that be Keita?
Nah, Keita is a box-to-box player.
Oh, he's an attacking mid.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's more of a, how Arturo Vidal is, back and forth. You still make your tackles and stuff, but you're part of the offense.
Got you.
So he's a box-to-box midfielder.
Okay. So they need a DM. Got to settle that their fullback positions. Probably something else in the middle of the defense too.
I would say getting a left back and then a center defender to play alongside Virgil van Dijk is a priority.
Yeah.
I think that once you see him without Matic,
Yeah.
Sorry, not Matic. Who's the guy that always makes the mistakes?
What?
Lovren. When you see him
yeah,
without Lovren, you'll find that Matip is not even that good. He just looks better because he's not as disastrous as Lovren.
Agreed.
So I
Agreed.
think that's the priority over right back. I think right back they can make do for right now, but I think the second priority is holding midfielder. Third priority is central defender.
The two names that I saw linked to them was Lamar from Monaco and Mahrez.
To me, the Lamar purchase makes much more sense because he played out wide for Monaco because they had a bunch of guys in the middle, and his preferred position is to play as a central midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he could be. I mean, although I haven't really seen him, I think he has more potential to be successful there.
Yeah.
Whereas Mahrez essentially plays Mo Salah's position,
Yeah.
or Sadio Mane's position, which are literally the two positions on this team that should not be touched at all.
Yeah.
So, and if you look at how he plays as a wide forward, he does not look like the kind of guy you can turn into midfielder. He's very into playing iso ball and taking guys on. He looks down. He doesn't look to make a pass until the last minute. Like, I don't know if moving Riyad Mahrez into the center of midfield and playing him in Coutinho's position is going to be a success.
Will this affect Liverpool's run for top four? Because that's very crucial to them being, in my opinion, and them being a player for, bigger players this summer. They still need to make Champions League.
It's definitely going to be a factor. I still think, like you said, they're in the running with Tottenham and Arsenal. Arsenal is looking like such a shit show. I don't even know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
But I still think they're in it. They have a lot of firepower.
Yeah.
They
I do
like
too.
Mo Salah and Sadio Mane and Firmino coming forward. And Lallana's back. I don't rate him that highly, but he's definitely going to get in a lot of time. And I think Klopp knows how to use him. So they're saying Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is also, this is when he's going to get his chance in the midfield. If that's the case, then sorry.
It's true, man. I still think they'll finish top four.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think they finished fourth.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Anything else? Any final thoughts on the Coutinho move?
you
see how big-
the Coutinho move? He got Johan Cruyff's number 14, and supposedly Messi and Iniesta had to talk to some of the teammates about his wages because he's going to be in line to be one of the on par with Piqué and them in terms of wages. So they had to kind of talk the guys down and make them believe that he's going to be a big piece. And in addition to that, they were going to get him a hotel or whatever, but Luis Suarez saw a house right next to him and Messi that he liked, and he thought the transfer would happen anyway, so he just kind of put it on hold for him.
I'm gonna
So
put
he's
this
moving,
house.
like when the president asked him about suggestions, he's like, don't worry about it, I got a house for him.
Take care of that. Nice. I like
Take
that.
a bite of that.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. Coutinho, man, you see how big his smile was, man, when they introduced him?
His smile is as big as those pants were small, man. Dude.
It's Europe,
What's
man.
up with guys showing off their calves? Man, it's not Europe, man. Dwayne Wade does the same thing here.
Oh, yeah,
All these young cats be showing off their calves, and
but they
nobody want to see your ankles.
But it's it's true. The skinny jeans. Oh man.
Skinny high waters.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's move on, man. We're gonna move on to our little La Liga recap, man. Barcelona, even without Coutinho yet, they looked pretty damn awesome this weekend, man, with a 3-0 over Levante. 2 pretty fucking awesome goals. Actually, all 3 were pretty awesome.
Yes, all 3 goals were world class. Barca actually kind of put this game away early-ish, and Levante is actually one of the better defenses in La Liga. Their problem is that they don't score. But Messi just opened them up early, and it was over after that because he was looking like he was in the mood. And even though Dembele had absolutely no impact on this game, you could tell he's got the touches, but it was the first time was his soft opening, and that was actually his debut. And you can see the potential, but he's raw. That's why when people I think incorporating him into the team is going to take longer than incorporating Philippe Coutinho into the team.
Yeah, I
But
can see that.
That being said, the play that opened it up, Messi and Jordi Alba, like that telepathic understanding is what we missed when Jordi Alba was going through that swoon last year when Neymar was playing and Luis Enrique didn't like to play Jordi Alba, so they changed the formation. He chipped over the whole defense before Jordi Alba even started making his run fully. The dude just sees the ball and heads it back, and like that run of play from beginning to end is one of the... I don't know. I don't think I've ever really seen many plays like that, so I was pretty impressed with that. The Luis Suarez volley off of a Sergio Roberto goal puts it at 2-0, and then they just take their feet off the gas and hit cruise control. It was a fucking amazing, fun game.
The third goal came in about the 92nd minute, I believe, and I mean, Messi just broke. That's what you love about them. He broke them down. And
it had got a little testy in the last couple of minutes before the end of it, and he had actually got fouled a few times, if you remember. And you could tell it was like a fuck you moment, and he just kind of broke 3 guys before he laid it off, and Suarez with the step over, Paulinho with the finish.
Paulinho becoming the new victory cigar, man. This dude,
hey,
we wrapping
knows
it
how
up.
to put icing on a cake.
Yeah, for sure. Wonderful win, man. Barca stay up top. And
Messi
they also
in this game.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
All right. Messi in this game was actually he completely disrespecting the who scored rating system. Anyways, he had 9.8. We commend people on this show for getting 7.8 on who scored. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that big of a gap?
Yep.
He had a goal, an assist. He had 5 shots, 2 on target, 3 key passes, and 5 successful dribbles. He just ran the show, and it was beautiful to watch him just pull the strings. Sometimes he was the midfielder, sometimes he was the attacker, but he was always probing, and it was a beautiful game to watch.
It was. And to make that even more beautiful was the fact that the defending champion, Real Madrid, drew to Celta Vigo 2-2. Loved it.
I loved that result. I even more loved that little mixtape they made of Cristiano Ronaldo's touches in that game. Did you see that shit?
I did. I saw it pop up, but I didn't look at it.
It was not a good week to do. It seems like ever since he won the Golden Ball, the weight of having gold in his balls is holding him down, because Messi has been balling out, beat him in El Clasico a couple of weeks ago before Christmas break. Now they come back, Messi's still flying, and Ronaldo couldn't even control the ball right. Messi had 85 touches in the game. Ronaldo had 41. First off, they have their style of football right now is that different. But then if you look at that, there's about 8 touches or 9 touches that he just gives away because he can't control it, or he miskicks it. He gets pushed off the ball. It was very uncharacteristically shitty performance. You don't see a guy of his physique get pushed off so easily, and it's not like when you're running and you get pushed and you get a bad angle, so you're pushed off the ball. He just understands. He looks he needs a raise.
Is it? I was gonna say, is it disinterest, or is it father time catching up?
I don't think it's father time just yet. If you look at modern footballer Iniesta or Xavi played at the top of his game for a long time, and even Ronaldo, if you keep up with your body, he can still do it. And if you look at his game, he doesn't run as much as he used to. He just finds spaces and he does tap-ins. So he has, to use a basketball comparison, in a Kobe Bryant kind of way, changed his game and made himself more, last longer.
Yeah.
But it also makes all his touches premium, when you touch the ball so little and you have so little impact, you better score.
And they were a PK away from dropping all 3 points. Keylor Navas about 25 feet off his line to block that PK.
Hey, he did what he had to do, man.
Hey. Hey. He's diving for glory, son. There's a reason. The reason it's called that.
It. But more excitingly though, the Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale. Yeah.
Hey, he had a brace.
His brace?
Yeah,
both goals were really, really nice, and he's hitting form again. He looks like he's due an injury soon.
Yeah, they need that. They need something.
But if you look at the Celta, Daniel Luas and Maxi Gomez were the ones with the goal, but Aspas and Daniel Luas like ran. You know how we always talk about how they're one of the league's top offenses and everything?
Yeah.
They ran at that defense. Like,
Yeah.
they were chasing shadows for large parts of the game. Like, Zidane has no clue right now.
Yeah.
Zidane is not a wartime consigliere.
Oh man, the opening goal by Was was fucking.
Yeah,
It was a beautiful chip, man, right over Kaler's head.
that was a nice chip.
Mm-hmm.
And
The second goal was just horrific defending, dude.
Yes.
Just trash defending.
they lack direction, they lack leadership, and just, I don't know, Sergio Ramos shouting at you cannot be the closest thing to coaching you have. Like, you need Zidane to, you know how he was being given all the accolades for his tactics. Like, as soon as, I think he's a motivational coach and he's great, but like, as soon as they hit the bricks, he doesn't look like he has any idea.
Yeah.
One idea I have: take Ronaldo out at halftime one day. Let's see how the other players react.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
he's 32 years old, almost 33. Like,
Yeah, arrest him.
why does he have to play all the fucking time? Like, take him out. Let him come off the bench. He looks like a guy that needs benching.
Yeah. Upset some shit, ruffle some
Yeah,
feathers,
this
man.
is
Like at this point, from a Real Madrid perspective, they are at critical fucking mass. They
Real
are
Madrid
like
cannot be 16 points out of first place
dude,
in
fourth
January.
place. Fourth place.
In January.
Yeah.
Like, they're 5 points out of third with a game in hand. So even if they win their game in hand, they're still 2 points out of third place. From a Valencia team that had a swoon like 3 weeks ago, where they lost and tied like 2-3 games in a row, and Madrid can't catch them to save their life.
Yep.
They can't remove themselves from a Sevilla team that is like has fans protesting.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, to that point though, Atletico with the 2-0 over Getafe, Valencia with a 2-1 over Girona, and Sevilla let Real Betis put a 5 on them.
Yeah.
5-3 loss.
But the Valencia game was interesting because Girona went ahead in the 8th minute to Porto. And Dani Parejo had tied it, but Valencia win it actually on an own goal.
Yep.
But they seem like they're kind of back in track, but the title race is wrapped up. It's Valencia, Atletico Madrid, and Real Madrid are gonna take. It's gonna end up with probably Atletico in second place, Real in third, and Valencia in fourth. But if they don't watch their backs, Valencia has a big chance of falling. Villarreal is the team that I would see sneaking up over Sevilla and catching.
Okay. So yeah, just to recap that, man, Barcelona is 9 points up on second place Atletico, a full 16 up on Real Madrid. I love it.
And also, if you look at Barca's goal difference, plus 41, Atleti goal difference, plus 19. Valencia plus 20, and then Real Madrid plus 16. Yeah, cute. Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Take that. If you had your Ronaldo regular season goal scoring prowess, Real Madrid's goals would be closer to Barca. They would be like a 32 or something.
Normally, yeah. No, it's true.
Yeah, but he's been shitting the bed this year. Karim Benzema, also known as the accomplice.
Yeah.
He's not having a season. So, see how that goes.
All right. Well, man, welcome back, La Liga. Glad to have you back.
Yeah, it was fun to watch, man. Some good old football.
Yeah, man. There was a break in the EPL, but not really. FA Cup.
Really? That's the break.
But only one team actually took a break, and that was Arsenal. The rest of the teams fielded pretty strong fucking teams. I'm just gonna recap some of the scores, and then we'll run back through them. But Poole with a 2-1 over Everton in the Lord have mercy side derby. United over Derby County 2-0. City rebounded from a 1-0 halftime deficit to Burnley to obliterate them 4-1. Chelsea with the 0-0 draw for the Pondy replay against Norwich, and Tottenham 3-0 over AFC Wimbledon. And then the big result at Wimbledon. The big result of the weekend was probably Nottingham Forest giving it to Arsenal 4-2. Cup holders are now out.
First time since 98, I think Arsenal lost in this early in the FA Cup.
Damn, really?
Yeah, 20 years.
Oh, wow. Arsenal Fan TV. If you get a chance, go ahead and YouTube that, man. There's some gold on there.
Yeah, man. Arsenal Fan TV has actually devolved into quite a joke, because they just have I don't know their names, but there's that fat black dude, and then they do the fan interviews outside the stadium, and it's just a lot of cockney people saying fuck man, fuck.
It's you understand?
You know what I mean? It's just fucked up, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's pretty funny, man. But for me, the big event, like I said, the Chelsea draw. Their offense is just not clicking. They're 20, 30 goals off the click of where they were last year. Like,
full disclosure, the rotation of FA Cup does give us not the most accurate teams, because they basically put a bunch of they put strong players, but also like some guys in, and that affects the chemistry, because they're generally playing against smaller teams that play together all the time. So, Batsuya, he gets to play. I think that is the answer at Chelsea. And why they win 0-0.
Yeah, no doubt.
Mishi the Bishi comes out of nowhere to fucking just shit on the game. Him and Bakayoko,
they
have like no touch, man.
And then they paid a price for it now, the replay. I mean, I can't believe FA Cup is doing replays this early in the...
Oh, that's just the standard. That's the oldest competition in football, and that's just the standard of how it's been.
No, I know. I just
from all rounds.
It just kind of blows me away, man. The FA Cup replay, it should be fucking knockout until about you do a replay in the semis, maybe even the quarters, man. But damn,
something to be said about being the oldest competition being played in the oldest format too, though.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like if it's like the La Liga's King's Cup or something, change it. It's not iconic. This is the FA Cup, so.
Yeah.
You know? But that being said, I think that Arsenal losing is a much better result than Chelsea tying. I think Arsenal should just move on with their season and just play.
That's exactly what I told my buddies. I was like, man, that like this is probably good for them. Like they need to focus on top four. Not that I think they're gonna make it, but they need to like dwindle down what the fuck they're trying to do here.
And also, I think that it's good that every season one of his cop-outs is just being cut from underneath his legs, because it was always like, let's go top four, and then they got bounced last year, but they're like, oh, oops, we got the FA Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want them to win nothing. Like, Arsene Wenger needs to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Which he shall not.
If you bought a car in 1996, and it was wonderful, and you used it, and from 96 to about 2003, 2004, that car got you all the pussy in the world, got you places, and then it starts getting old. You have to get another car. You can't be like, you remember when I first get it? It was awesome.
Wonderful analogy, dude. Wonderful analogy.
No, it's not. But it's still like something.
I'd like to also shout out Virgil van Dijk, who was responsible for the winning goal in the Merseyside Derby on his Liverpool debut.
Debut! Virgil van Dijk on his debut. The Dijk's butt.
Yeah.
James Milner had scored a penalty earlier in the game, and Gylfi Sigurdsson, off a wicked Everton fast break, actually scored a goal to tie it, and it was actually a fun game. But Virgil van Dijk with a dream debut, man. He really showed what they've been lacking in one move, man.
Yeah.
Like every corner, every free kick that they get awarded for or against them has been a farce. And this guy plays for a few minutes, 84 to be exact, but Liverpool already look a threat from a corner. This is...
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge for them.
You know what I'm saying?
United saved once again by Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, they call him Messi Lingard.
Hey, man, it's all in context.
Typical
Typical United.
typical United. To your previous point about teams playing their stronger teams, United and City, if you're on the 25-man squad, you're pretty much a strong player. So Arsenal, when they get past the 5th player on the starting 11, then you just have a shit squad.
Yeah, I'd say,
so there's not much rotatability.
Exactly. There was an article today that said Arsenal's just not good enough to rotate their players.
How many 19-year-old Afroed black kids do they have? Like, they all look Chuba Upcombe and Maitland Niles and Alexi Wobby, and none of them fucking do anything.
Do anything.
Like,
yeah.
Maitland Niles is actually decent, playing out like as a fullback, but... And then the great return of Theo Walcott, who took a hiatus from filming Malcolm X the reboot.
Glad you brought it up.
Did you put your zoot suit in your fucking locker, motherfucker? Why are you looking like a 30s pimp up in here?
You said Malcolm X Part 2.
You know?
No, it's for sure, man. The City game, though, man, that was that second half, man. Oh, it just tore them apart. And it was gorgeous, and to the point of strong teams. I mean, they played Aguero, they played Sterling.
They played Bernardo Silva, who's like, oh, they played the other guy. Oh, he cost 50 mil. Oh, okay.
Gundogan.
With the back heel. Woo! By the way, Gundogan, wicked man.
And he's like a bit player for them. That's
not for long. Not for long. You remember when they got him and that first season before he injured himself?
Yeah,
he was the bomb in that Barca game.
Yeah.
As soon as he's hitting his full fitness, especially if I have to pick one person to watch out for his job, or maybe even be moved out of his job, Fernandinho.
Whoa. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. You're saying a lot, dude. I don't think Ilkay gives the defensive.
Oh, he has. I've seen him do it.
Not that Fernandinho does, though, man.
No,
wow.
But Fernandinho is 31 going on 32 or 32 going on 33.
Agreed.
So there's that. Plus, if you're playing Pep's football, like the offense to defense connection that the Ilkay Gundogan brings, you'll see it as it goes along. Like, he wants to get further up. Like, he's closer to what Busquets is than Fernandinho. Fernandinho is more like the Kantes and everybody, you know.
He is.
And Pep is looking for somebody to actually move with it. Like, it's gonna be actually kind of scary when he takes that job.
It's good to have both. Just put it that way.
No. Yeah, that's gonna be good. But I think that's a very real possibility as an eventuality, because that's what it's looking like. He's gonna, like, at least for a majority of games, like starting like next season even, you're gonna be able to turn the screw on so many teams by playing that kind of formation that Pep is not gonna be able to resist. And also, this must be said, I think that Fernandinho will be an excellent defender.
Oh, you're gonna move him. He's gonna move him.
Move him back in games that he's not playing in midfield.
He'll have to. He's done it. He's already done it.
He's done it well before, and I think that he can play like alternating. That's the beauty of these guys, is that they're very versatile. So you will see them together, one of them being out of position, and you'll think, oh, that's what it means. And then the next week it'll be the other guy being out of position. And that's what Pep wants, is a team that can't be predicted, even when you're looking at the lineup.
Yeah. I love it, man. I think there's only one thing to even ask about the Tottenham win, and that's Harold Kane with the two with the brace. A lot of people were wondering, like, why did he play in this game? I mean, you have to rest the guy at some point.
He's an English boy playing in the FA Cup.
Like, he has to.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, then Tottenham, like, this might be, like, they haven't won anything ever.
That's exactly what I said to my homie, man.
What are you rotating him for? What are they going to win if they don't win this?
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, at this point, rest him in Premier League games and fucking have him in FA Cup games. They're not winning the Premier League.
No, the league's done. Yeah. Champions League would be like...
The point that we have to talk about is not Harry Kane. We have to talk about Wimbledon, whose fans are known as... The Wombles. They drink Campari. They drive Ferraris.
Is that them?
They got women in their lives.
Is that... Hold on. You've got shit jobs. You shag your dogs. It is. I believe so. But either way.
I think it is AFC Wimbledon.
Yeah.
They used to actually be a what do you call it? Premier League team of note. They even had the great Vinnie Jones play for them. So,
out.
Might not be.
They're done. On the way home.
Nope, it's actually, I'm right.
You are right.
AFC Wimbledon, full name AFC Wimbledon, nicknames, the Dons or the Wombos.
Huh? No doubt. The Wombos
Wikipedia.
from the lane. No doubt.
Anyways.
All right, so the only other thing that I want to mention here is West Ham, Swansea, Leicester, Bournemouth, all with replays along with Chelsea. And Coventry City with the win over Stoke, which finally cost Mark Hughes his job.
But, I mean, for Mark Hughes, it's not a big loss because he can still make the claim that never been relegated as a boss.
Never been relegated, son.
So, he did say he had no intention of being in a relegation battle. I don't know if this is how he meant it, but he did say that.
No doubt. Well, nothing to worry about there. Word up. FA Cup, man. I actually love FA, man. I love that it's all the teams, man.
I hate the FA Cup. I think it's where good players go to get injured. I think when I see Aguero score a goal in the FA Cup, I'm like, fuck. Like, really? You're Sergio Aguero and you're fucking fighting farmers in the FA Cup?
Yeah. No. That's actually what I like about it, man. I like that it's all the fucking teams in the top divisions. But
quality of soccer is generally low, but it's kind of like the college basketball here.
Yeah,
lower quality, higher passion.
Mm-hmm.
I can see how the attraction.
Yeah, the Nottingham game was fun, man, for Arsenal. That was fun to watch. That's the type of stuff that I like to see. All right, man. Enough of the FA Cup.
I'd rather see an Arsenal team with better players just pass the ball around and do what Manchester City did and then see them two play against each other at some point than to see a partial team we put out. That was embarrassing. I think that should be a fireable offense that when you put out a team like that in any cup competition.
We wouldn't have the same shit to talk about, though. Like,
but I'd rather just have nothing to talk about than to watch big clubs knock each other out. I mean, Nottingham Forest, great. I mean, they have fucking history. Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not knocking anything that they did. They dominated that game. But, like, there were too many of the guys that are just, like, youth players. And it says more about Arsenal's setup than anything else. It was just happened to be Nottingham Forest. Whoever they met that day would have beaten them.
Yeah. 4-2.
Pickup team would have beaten them. They look like a pickup team. They've not played with each other ever. Like half the guys on that team.
I haven't seen Per play damn near all year either, man.
And then you bring him in with the backups.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Theo Walcott. Like now he's supposed to have an impact. Like he's forgotten how to play. You haven't played him for a year and a half.
Haven't played him in a long time. Yeah. All right, man. Enough FA. We're gonna move on to what used to be a super interesting race, which is still kind of interesting. Serie A.
I think it's still super interesting. Two-team race.
It's a two-team race.
In this season is what we could, the best we can ask for.
Absolutely. it went from a 4-team race to a 2, and that's cool. You're right. It's the best we can ask for of all the leagues, because almost all the other leagues are done.
And if we're honest with each other, you look at the teams that fell off, and they're not good. The only way this race would have kept going is if these two teams fucked up and had a lot of losses. Yep. So I like that Inter and Napoli and Juve are asserting themselves, and I want to see a two-team just battle.
Yep. So Juventus with the 1-0 over Cagliari. I'll just mumble through it.
Okay.
And Napoli with the 2-0 over Verona.
Yes.
Hellas Verona.
Yes. Hellas Verona is the team that is actually known as Verona, and then Chievo Verona is known usually as Kiev.
Okay.
Bernardeschi's goal in itself was a goal, a 1-0, but Douglas Costa undressing the guy on the outside not once, not twice, but 3 times before he fucking made that play was fucking delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Douglas Costa, I don't know how the fuck he ended up there, just like I don't know how James Hameth is in Bayern Munich, but big up. That was a wicked play.
No doubt. Roma falls points back. They drop. They lost to the AT aliens. Atalanta.
Atalanta, yeah.
Yeah.
Dzeko scores again in that game. He can't be stopped in Italy. One really quickly.
Yeah.
Kalidou Koulibaly scored for Napoli along with Jose Callejon.
Yeah.
And Koulibaly is actually interesting just because like everybody from Chelsea to like the big PSG whatever wants him, and it was a good weekend to make a stand because there wasn't a lot of football going on. People watching. 2-0 Napoli win. Koulibaly in the house. Big up.
Yep. I just want to mention the AC win over Crotone because
Yes.
Bonucci opened up his account finally. 1-0.
Yes, you can't really call it finally because he's a defender and we're not looking for it. But yes, he did have a goal, and they more importantly, instead of costing them points at the back, he for the first time got them points.
Yeah, absolutely. Inter continue their mild slide with a draw to Fiorentina 1-1.
Fiorentina likes to tie Milan teams because last week they tied AC Milan 1-1.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But yeah, the Inter setup is good. They were due to fall off because of the way the team is set up. Luciano Spalletti has got most out of what he can, but I look for them to make moves in January. Pastore has been rumored for quite a while, but they need creativity and they need some more speed on it.
Absolutely, and I think it's definitely worth mentioning the Lazio result as they dropped 5 on SPAL. I don't know what the hell SPAL stands for, but
Neither do you care.
pretty much.
Luis Alberto opens up the scoring, and then it's a Chiro party.
Immobile with the hat trick, yes?
No?
4.
Yes.
Whew.
He had the hat trick. Well, the Baker's hat trick.
The Baker's hat trick, nice. A little extra one on top.
Yes. But yeah, Chiro's really pulling Lazio by the bootstraps, and they're actually currently,
Fourth place?
Huh?
Yeah, fourth place.
Fourth place, and them and Roma have a game in hand on Inter, so that third place Inter is looking a little shaky.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that being said, Serie A stands as Napoli up a point on Juventus, which they have
51, right?
Yeah, 51-50, and they have separated themselves from the rest of the pack. Inter is third with 42 points, so they're 8 back of Juventus, 9 of the top, and Lazio and Roma sitting there with 40 and 39 with the game in hand.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Still the most interesting league, though. You're right about that.
The most interesting race.
Mm-hmm.
If it's the most interesting league.
Yes. League race.
Yes.
We'll just combine that.
Yes. It's actually one of the lesser interesting leagues.
Yeah. No, it's true. Yeah, Serie A, man. Any other final thoughts on that?
Yeah, buy a lot of players.
over this January break.
And again over the summer, and again next January. You're way behind.
They always scream broke, man.
They are. The country's broke.
AC Milan said they...
You see the stadiums during the game is empty. Unless it's like Juve against Inter or something.
The rumor was Theo Walcott to AC, and they're like, oh, we can't pay him. We can't pay him what Arsenal's paying him.
Yeah, Theo Walcott is on a big paycheck.
Yeah, no.
Like you can get 2 of Theo Walcott for him in the world. And to begin with, English players are overpaid, so yeah,
Yep.
they don't want nothing to do with that.
Mm-mm.
Just an untalented speedster. That's the opposite of what Italy wants. They want talented slow guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Where you at, man?
He would dominate that motherfucker.
Yeah. I've been waiting for dude to go to Italy, man.
I've been waiting for him to go to the gym.
It ain't gonna matter, man. It ain't gonna matter if you
He's
go to the
winded like 5 minutes after you fucking handshake.
If you go on right to the buffet afterwards, dude, it don't matter if you go to the gym, son.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant like it don't matter how big he is.
Yeah, no.
Oh no, it does. You're right.
Oh man,
it'd be like Homer Simpson put a lawn chair on the treadmill.
Yeah,
and that's chips and dip, watching a TV show.
Hey, I'm in the gym, man. I'm in the gym.
He watched the whole Lost series.
Oh man. All right, man. That's Serie A roundup. Like I said, next week, man, we're gonna come back with the 4-3-3. All 10 topics right to your grill. Let's move on. Awards. Dude of the week, man. There can only be one guy in my mind. Even though Immobile with 4 fucking goals is a tough one, but it's not every January that you get to seal your dream move.
Yes. Footballing wise, like Immobile did score 4, but like there's a bunch of guys that I would give ahead of him for dude of the week. But Coutinho, it's, I mean, the second highest paid transfer in football history. You got to give somebody a week for that.
Yeah, got to.
And they went like, this is how badass they think he is. They managed to sign this player for $142 million, and the first announcement that came out is that he's out another 3 years. Then 3 weeks. They value him so much that they bought him broken.
Yeah. Yep, true. Thigh injury, man.
Philippe Coutinho, you are the dude of the week. Now go get some regular pants.
Yeah. Maybe you wouldn't have a thigh injury, son. Maybe that's where he got the thigh injury.
He's like trying to sneak in and out of those pants. In your jeans. He plays Genuine every morning when he puts on his jeans.
Man, I'm not touching that one, son. So there were a lot of dope fucking goals, man, and there was some debate over this, man. Goal of the week, though, for me, it's gonna be, I can't even pronounce this dude's name. Eric Lichaj. Yeah, Lichaj. The brace against Arsenal, but that second goal.
Yeah, it was a good chest control and chip shot.
Put it in the top of the corner, man.
Yes, Ospinos was not looking good.
No, which is par for the course there. Definitely got to give the honorable mention, man. There was some dope ass goals, as mentioned before. Daniel Was, both goals in the West Ham Tottenham game. Son and Aubameyang both had fucking rockets from outside the box. I give Aubameyang's a little bit more. I like that one a little bit more. It's a tighter angle, but Suarez also had a dope goal, and then the Messi goal was sick as hell too. It's a lot, man. Twat happened though.
The prodigal son returning to Atletico Madrid. He got a yellow card for being Diego Costa at some point, and then
gave an elbow to the grill for the first yellow.
Yeah, being Diego Costa.
Yep.
It should have been a red card to begin with if you're elbowing somebody, but he never gets that straight up. So he gets a yellow. He really wanted to go home. I think he had like pick up his kids from daycare, so he scored the second goal and jumped into the crowd. That is a yellow card offense. So that was his day. And this is why I don't think that a team of Chelsea's caliber really misses somebody like that. Like that's not
debatable, man. We're gonna have that debate at the end of the year. Damn it. I still think they missed something with him. But yeah, man. Go to the twat happened moment of the week, man. Diego Costa, the Acosta. Upcoming games. There's a lot. All leagues are back in action next week, and we also have EFL in the middle of the week. So let's start with the EFL. Actually, we got Bristol City, Manchester City, and Chelsea, Arsenal.
Yeah.
What will Arsenal trot out for this one?
Probably like another shit team and get beat.
Dude, that was the gold I was talking about on Arsenal Live or Arsenal Fan TV. The guy was like, Arsene has shown us that he's clearly going for the EFL Cup. I'm like, oh, okay.
But that's like they're grasping for straws, and every time like you lose something, then we must be going for the next thing. And I don't know how losing other things prepares you for winning something, but okay.
Still, Chelsea Arsenal, always a big match, man. Probably worth tuning in. Leverkusen Bayern is the premier game in Germany. Also Leipzig Schalke, they also play.
That I thought was the Premier League game in Germany. Because they're way closer to each other.
They're way closer to each other, true.
That's got actual impact on the table. Bayern Munich could lose their game and still be like, comfortably on top.
Still be 9 points up. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
In La Liga, we have Sociedad hosting Barca, and Real gets no break. They host Villarreal.
Yeah. Villarreal has been a little slowing down lately, but they're still a well-drilled team, and I think they can come at Real if they don't fix what they're doing. I think that Sociedad is a difficult journey to make, but I think that Barca is good. They have a midweek replay in the Copa del Rey before they go to that, and I think that the league game is when Coutinho makes his debut. The Copa del Rey game, Dembele will play as a starter probably again.
The Copa del Rey is not a replay though, is it? It's a leg 2, right?
Yeah.
They're 2 leg. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Always just want to mention PSG, who just dismantled Rennes 6-1 in the Coupe de France. Some nice goals in that game. You want to check those highlights. They are being hosted by Nantes. Thank you. Man, you're on your pronunciation across the languages, man.
I think it's more that you're not.
Hey, man.
I'm like the Matip here.
I know I'm facing the other way. If you can't see this middle finger. And the English league, man. I for some reason I feel like Chelsea-Leicester. Like Leicester's been an up and down team, but they're hosting Leicester. I think Chelsea's a little vulnerable there. And then the big game of the weekend, I feel, across all the leagues, Liverpool hosting Manchester City.
The Liverpool-Manchester City game is going to be spectacular, and I'm really excited about that one. But the Chelsea-Leicester game, I am just as excited because it has potential to be quite like a brawl event, and it's a team that has nothing but fight in them against a team that lately has lacked a little bit of fight. So if Chelsea don't step up, they're about to get smacked.
Yeah, I like that game too. Glad you agree. Oh man, and that's the match, man. A little short and abbreviated. This is our cup week, man. We're just playing cup games this week. We trotted out the second team. Diving for Glory every Tuesday. Thanks for showing up. Divingforglory.com, FOR. Hit us on Twitter. Hit us on Facebook. Do
Ask
something,
us questions,
man.
Suggest what you want to hear. We'll get back to you.
Yeah, diving
Anything.
for Glory.
Talk shit. We'll talk shit back to you.
And it's a wrap, man. 1.
Peace.